I've been having these weird dreams lately. Like, is any of this real or not? Maybe they are nightmares. I can't tell for sure. But it's always there. A box. And a conjurer inside.
Hello, Nick. For this challenge, I curse thee. Make something foul for all to see. Make your viewers squirm with blood, dirt, and worm. You have 1 week to surprise me.
At least when I wake, the dream is gone. But this time, things seem different. So yeah, I got cursed last night by Conjured Craft, or as I like to call them, the other CC. So now I have to make a diorama in a box. I know that wasn't specifically mentioned in the curse that you heard earlier, but in the box there was a scroll that went over all the fine details. All right, let's take a look. Gotta get my glasses here. Well, that's some really nice paper. Look at that subtle off-white color. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It's even got a watermark. Let's see. It's binding all laws. So it looks like I need to build a diorama using that box that has dirt, blood, worms, which could be real, manufactured, or gummy. That's interesting. And it must make at least 85% of viewers squirm. Alright, well, moist. That should take care of about 20% of you. Just 65% more to go. Looks like it needs to be 100% scratch built. So I can't have any parts that are 3D printed or anything from a model kit. This build must be completed in a week, but down here it says after 1 week passes or a month's time, whichever is longer. So there's a little bit of a loophole there. And the rest are just your standard curse legalese. Not too much to go over there. All right, let's get to it. Let's take a look at that box. Now this particular box was sent to me via Hypergalactic Dream Portal, but I guess I'll show you how you would make one. It's pretty easy. First, you're going to need a tin that fills your heart with joyous nostalgia. Ah, Yu-Gi-Oh! My first taste into addictive nerdom. It was my gateway drug into Magic the Gathering. You ruined my life. Oh, you. Anyway, prime that tin black. After the primer dries, spray gloss varnish all over. If you get the varnish to the right consistency and have your airbrush far enough back, little droplets will form on the box and dry as tiny little domes. After enough coats, you will get this nice, almost powder-coated kind of look. What sort of consistency do you need to do this? Well, I have no idea. It was a complete and total accident, but I ended up loving it. You're on your own, kid. Alright, nice. This looks exactly like the box that got sent over to me in my dreams. Which is great, because I lost the other one. Don't tell Taryn. So, now that we have a box, what is the plan here, Nick? Okay, so, do you remember the Garbage Pail Kids? Honestly, these were a bit before my time, but my mom loved them. She used to get these stickers with a pack of bubblegum. The sticker showed creepy kids in a fun, mocking the Cabbage Patch Kids kind of way. Most stickers showed some illustration of a kid that was either gross, getting hurt, or even crazier stuff like blowing up their own heads. Anyway, my mom managed to have enough of these that she was able to cover up a whole wastebasket with them. And I would look at them all the time because they were really funny to me when I was little. I mean, they're still funny to me, but they were then too. So I want to do something based on that. Make my own Garbage Pail Kid and then make a little diorama about it. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to make one real quick. I'll start out with a basic sketch, and then once I'm done with that, bring it into Photoshop and, paint it. I don't really know what to say here. This isn't drawing class, and honestly, I'm not that good. So, how you doing? Oh. Well, that's good. Now seems like a pretty good time to go down and hit that like and subscribe button, right? Okay, well, hurry up. I think I'm almost done. Alright, that'll do. Let's attach this to the front of the box here with some Mod Podge and let it dry. I use a layer of Mod Podge on top of the print as a clear coat to protect it long term. Okay, so the Mod Podge isn't really cutting it. I'll go ahead and cut out the excess with a razor. Let's go with an X-Acto blade. And then to really get it to stick down, I'm gonna hit it with some super glue here. So you see here we got Oblivious Oliver. Poor kid didn't even see this giant hole in the ground in front of him that sees to be filled with giant worms. Poor Oliver. He's gonna die. I'm thinking I can build like a hole in the ground that Oliver fell into. Sculpt a whole bunch of worms and maybe even his Game Boy too. Okay, let's start with the hole. I shoved some hunks of aluminum foil into the box and created a little divot that will become the hole. Then I coated the foil with some spackle. Both of these materials are very cheap, so they are a good way to bulk out a model or diorama without breaking the bank. After that, I took a page out of Blackmagic Craft's book and mixed some Mod Podge and black paint together to create black Mod Podge. I gave everything 2 thick coats, leaving ample time to dry between the coats. This gives the spackle some nice plasticky coating, so nothing weird happens with it once we start painting. Now it's time to sculpt some little worms, etc. I did some experiments off camera to see if I like making them out of green stuff, or milliput, or a mixture of the two better. I opted for milliput in the end, but really any of the options were fine. This was my first time using milliput, so I ended up asking Taryn a whole bunch of questions about it. If you want to learn more about how to use milliput, definitely go check out more of Conjured Craft's videos. To make the worms, I kneaded up the milliput really well and used an old CPU heatsink to give it a worm texture. You know, like a segmented tube kind of thing. You can also do this with a comb, but I like the heatsink's texture more. And I had a heatsink on my desk from my last scratch build anyway. I wanted my worms to be curvy like me, so I laid them down in the hole. This way, instead of being flat, there'd be some more realistic curvature. For the skull, I just made a big ball and then added detail slowly. I think it turned out a little wonky, but like, it's this kid's skull, so it's gonna be wonky no matter what. Lastly, I made a neat little Game Boy. This one was really fun, but it was challenging putting on the different buttons, since they were really small. Building the Game Boy made me really want to go play Advance Wars. You lot remember Advance Wars? Whatever happened to those games? I really like this character. Gotta make that money, baby. Alright, now it's time to put this all together. Some worms I just affixed with super glue. The others I ended up snapping in half and adding in a toothpick so I could pin some of the worms facing up. By the way, if you are wondering where you can get such a fabulously large bottle of super glue like this, check out the description. I have an Amazon affiliate link there. This is dirt cheap compared to buying individual bottles like this one. If you purchase one via that link, I do get a small commission, by the way. No extra cost to you, it just helps support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons, Sanctus Ledum and Not Nick's Wife. Thank you so much for being a patron and supporting the channel. It truly means a lot to me and helps me keep the videos coming. If you would like to become a patron and hang out with me on a super secret Discord channel, there is a link below. Alright, that's enough YouTubery. We got stuff to do. I'm really happy with this build so far. There are lots and lots of worms, but I think the Mod Podge is a little too smooth. I'm gonna make my own goop by just pouring a whole bunch of sand and small rocky things into a cup. Then I'm gonna continue adding a bunch of goops to make it a textury goop. I got paint goops in here, primer goops. Ooh, that's a bit too much of that goop. Matte varnish goops. Alright, that's probably enough. Listen to that. That sounds nice. I'm gonna just lather this on real quick. This is doing a great job adding in more texture and making all this look a lot more like soil. Very nice. To paint this, I'm gonna start out with a zenithal prime. Then hit all the dirt with a brown until it's looking sufficiently dirty enough. After that, I painted all the worms and the skull with an ivory color. Then hit all the worms with a red wash, turning them pinkish and more wormular. After that, I gave everything a dry brush with the ivory color that I used on the skull. Next up was soaking everything with a nice thick sepia wash to tie it all together and turn that fresh, clean looking skull into an old, dirty looking skull. This helps bring out more texture and detail. Oh, the Game Boy was painted green, just like in the illustration. I wanted to add in some more squirmy stuff, so I pulled out some Uhu glue, not to be confused with Yoo-hoo glue, which isn't a thing. This stuff is cool and gets all stringy when you touch it to stuff like this. And then you just pull it away like that, and yeah, some weird little stringy things. Okay, worms, check. Dirt, check. Blood. Yeah, okay. Blood for the blood god. A little bit goes here, a little bit goes there. There we go. That looks pretty nice. Alright, I think we're done. Let's check in with Taryn over at Conjured Craft and see how they're doing.
Hello? Hello? Nick, can you hear me? This happens every time we use the crystal ball. If you just pick it up. No, don't shake it. Don't shake me. Oh, every time.
Oh, darn, I swear this thing usually works. I guess you're going to have to go check out their video to find out more. I can't wait to watch it myself. Anyway, thanks for watching me make this crazy thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, stay healthy and take care. Bye-bye.